Thank you. I'm here with the Mississippi String Band, consists of Dave Hummel, Bill Cricket Davis, and Dale Beeks. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Thank you for having me.
This is the 20th episode. It's kind of a new set of numbers to be in, so it's a good one for you guys to be on. And I'm definitely excited to talk to you for sure, because if there's, you might laugh at this because, whatever, but if there's ever been a band on here or like a group of musicians on this show or anywhere in Dubuque with like a legacy, it'd be the Mississippi Band. You've been around, several decades now. How did the band get started?
Oh,
You tell
we, I was actually stuck here for a little bit.
You might need to lean into the mic a little bit more there.
I was stuck here for a little bit, and we were playing at kind of a Democratic convention type thing in 1971,
Okay.
72.
72.
The two of you?
No.
No,
Oh.
I was playing with a different band, and that's when the founder of the band was Dwayne Fudge, and one of the guitar players was with him, Fred Larson, and that's when we first kind of linked up there, and
In 71?
yeah, and they had a farm out there and in St. Catharines, and it was a place to stay, and decided to see where that'd go.
Okay.
Here we are.
And so you two are founding members?
Dave,
I came a little later.
yeah, Dave came in, probably
73. Winter
June of 73.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we started in August, so it was a little over. We lost all our members
Okay. How'd that happen?
through the first year. Oh, I don't know. They just wandered off.
Okay.
Off in the woods.
Musicians,
Yeah.
guys that you
They
still talk to? or-
can't be found. A couple still can't be found.
Yeah.
But no, and it just Dave came along and with Dwayne and I, and Dave came with a drummer, and
Yeah. I had to fire the drummer they had,
yeah.
Is that right?
but I had to ride home with him. Sitting around a table just like this. And I said, well, I'm coming in the band with Andy Crayer, the drummer that I was playing with.
It all
And
turned
how
out
did he
well.
take it?
He was a black belt karate guy.
Oh, man.
And it was a good guy, Jimmy Newman, a good drummer, good around for years. He died some years ago.
Okay.
But it was just kind of odd, He was kind of bitching a bit, But
Yeah.
I think he knew it was coming anyway.
Mhm.
It was just changing of the guard.
Okay. And what is there something that, because I know you guys have gone through like quite a few lineup changes over the years. Is there a lineup that you would consider maybe the classic lineup?
Yeah,
go
what
ahead.
would be?
Well, the band that went in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Talk about
Cricket.
that.
Cricket and me and Dwayne Fudge and Charlie Troy and Mark Oberfell, who played steel guitar and violin, banjo, mandolin,
Okay.
dobro, about everything.
Mostly like Americana and country stuff, or?
It was country rock, I guess.
yeah, a
country
lot of
Okay.
country rock, a lot of Burrito Brother influence.
Oh,
and
great. Okay.
Poco and things like that.
Okay.
And it eventually evolved into what we're doing now.
Okay. And how long have you been doing what you're doing now? Well, when did you join, Dale?
I think I've been with the band about 4 years.
4
I'm
years.
a real newbie, but I
Good
was
addition.
I was hiring
Yeah.
these guys to partake in a gig in Mount Vernon,
Okay.
and they wanted me to sit in, and it just it kind of immediately worked well.
Right.
So we've been sticking with it. It's been good.
Yeah.
And how
It
can
all
you comment on how like the Dubuque the music and art scene in Dubuque has changed over the decades while you've been an active band?
Still top 40. Still
A lot of it.
Yeah,
the top
you're right
40
about that.
town.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of rock and
A
roll.
lot of cover bands.
Yeah, which Mississippi Band has become a cover band, a 60s classic rock band.
Yeah.
We still do that.
Mhm. How many records do you have out, like officially?
First one was 81. We had a vinyl.
Okay.
Yeah. That,
We had a couple
Got-
of cassettes, and
yeah,
then
Okay.
had a CD. We
2000.
a lot of time
Mississippi Band
between
2000,
each.
I've got that one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
was with Denny Garcia.
Yeah.
That he was with us for 19 years.
Okay.
And then I did a CD of my stuff in 205 that Cricket played on and Denny played on, and Jimmy Berg was the drummer on it. My wife helped me write some of the songs, so she sang with me on some of them.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And Mark Overfeld played banjo on some of the stuff. You know. Then I did another one in the next year with a friend of mine, a Vietnam veteran friend of mine. We're both Vietnam vets, and he writes lyrics.
Yeah.
So I wrote songs to it. And, you know, so it's a patriotic CD. So
Awesome. Would you
Turned out.
consider that like a solo effort or like?
it was just me and my wife.
Okay.
I dubbed in some acoustic guitars on it. And,
Cool. How did
Good
you
stuff.
like that experience?
I like that a lot. You
Yeah.
know, the songs were fitting. I'm a Vietnam vet myself, so
For sure. Yeah.
and this guy he was in the evacuation of Saigon. Yeah, he was in that. So some pretty prolific lyrics he wrote. So
Okay.
he gave me freedom to do what I wanted with them. So I changed some lyrics here and there, but basically we wrote them together.
What about you, Cricket? Do you have any solo efforts out, or
No,
Just
I
kind of
just kind of meander around and
how many bands?
bump into the wall.
Yeah,
How many bands have you played with over the years besides
Oh.
Mississippi related?
Just the Mississippi Band.
Oh, yeah?
Pretty much.
44 years now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just.
Tell them about Jacob's Ladder and all those groups back
Oh
in
yeah,
those
there
days.
were of course groups before then, and
The garage bands.
lounge
Jacob's Ladder?
groups and things like
Jacob's
that.
Ladder was one of his first ones. So.
Okay. Cool. What kind of stuff was that?
Oh geez, that was a lot of Rolling Stones and Traffic and
Oh, okay.
things like that. But,
Dale, what about you? What kind of background do you come from?
Oh, boy. I'm pretty broad. I was raised by a jazz musician and got into playing music when I was quite young, like 13, and was in bands from the time I was 19 on
Okay.
until now.
Playing rock, jazz.
Yeah,
all of it?
old-timey rock, jazz. I'm kind of a utility guy because I play different instruments. So,
Oh,
you know,
the
bands.
world needs utility guys.
Yeah, the bands say, hey, get Dale to play.
You sing too?
Made of iron.
Yeah.
Dale's about the best addition we've made in years.
Is that right?
Or at least 4
Yeah,
years.
we've got a good three-part harmony going
Yeah.
here.
I'm excited to see the show later for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there like in terms of Mississippi's, vast career, would you say that there's either one of you? Would you say that there is like a lineup or an era that you kind of miss or prefer, like liked the best? Is it now? I'm just curious.
All different.
Yeah.
All
that's-
interesting.
These
That's
guys-
kind of why I'm curious because
Yeah, it's hard to
definitely over the
pinpoint.
years,
We did the movie Take This Job and Shove It in Dubuque.
right? I
and
was
that
going to ask
came
you
around.
about that. How was that experience?
And well, that was good, you know. Most
Kind
of
of
our
rode the tide from that.
Yeah.
7 years of that, you know. But
That's pretty
they cut most of our shots.
Did they
out
really?
of the
I haven't
movie,
seen
you know.
that movie in so long.
You gotta
Martin
look-
Mull's in that, right?
Where you see
fan
us
of his.
looking at each other. I'm the boyfriend of the music producer's wife
Okay.
in the show. I'm just supposed to sit next to her, and you know, all you see is me turn to him and him turn to me, and that's it.
No speaking line.
No, it didn't even get any music lines.
Oh man, that's
Back of my head fills the whole picture.
Yeah.
And at one
Right?
point.
Yeah, it did.
It does.
Yeah, it did.
That's the movie
you can-
that killed Robert
You can see me
Hayes'
walk up
career.
and take
Yeah,
my.
really.
You can see me walk up and take my black Les Paul from David Allen Coe and put it down and then walk off.
Oh, really?
That's it. You know.
so. Is there cutting room footage out there somewhere?
Oh, I suppose it might be, but who knows? You know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'd be
That'd be
interested.
an interesting search, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Well, he had to
Maybe
have
like a
his.
director's cut or something.
David Allen Coe had to have his bodyguards on stage, so that took 2 of our spots.
Oh, really?
Then his wife wanted to play harmonica on stage, and she didn't play harmonica, so I gave her
Of course
one.
you did.
And right before the shot, she lost it. So in the movie, she's got a block of wood in her hand, and that's the harmonica. And she can't play it at all. But that took our places on stage.
Yeah.
Fudge got on.
Yeah. Fudge
Mark got on and Charlie got on.
Stage. That's pretty neat.
Okay. Was David Allen a nice guy? Did you get to meet him?
Yeah, we met him. I guess we did, kind of. Huh?
Yeah, he was a real nice guy.
They were up in the room with him, and he had said, Willie Nelson is starting to jog. And he had his jogging clothes on and everything else. He went out of the door and down the hallway and back.
Yeah.
That was his jogging.
We were setting the stage for him on one shot, and I was setting the monitors, where they're supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
He said, no, put them sideways. I go, what do you mean? And he goes, look at these boots.
Oh,
And he
did
goes,
one.
and they're beautiful boots. He has his jeans tucked into the top, and he goes, think Hollywood, son.
I think Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That's it.
We opened for him some years later in a little town called Canton, Iowa.
Okay.
Of course, he didn't remember us from Adam, and I had a magazine article that framed it from the Prairie Sun out of Davenport.
Yeah, something like that. Down
So I
the
asked him to
line.
sign it, and his manager said, well, you better have your own pen. And he signed it, but he walked by, he didn't even look up. And you can't read the name, but I know he signed it.
So just doesn't have time for that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
and it
Fame
was,
is a
Won't be
bitch.
good on
population of the
Antique
town
Roadshow.
was 25, so,
25.
if that.
What was the name of the town?
Canton, Iowa. It's down by the Makokata Caves, down that
Okay.
way.
Oh, yeah.
Right on the river.
It was a little store
Yeah,
bar right on the river.
Right,
I think
yeah,
they had
right there,
rental
yeah.
Canoes. I think it's been flooded out since.
So it
Many
doesn't
times.
really exist anymore.
oh yeah, the bar
think it
there is
does
still
exist.
still there. Yeah, but somebody else bought it and remodeled the whole
I
thing.
don't think it's
Still a
music
restaurant.
place.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah.
but no cockroaches on the walls. It was pretty
It's
bad.
lost all its ambiance.
Oh yeah, right.
One of our favorite places to play, though.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some guy brought in a horse. He rode his horse in the bar one night. The bar, of course, he crapped all over the place and,
No, really?
and rode right out the door.
The cowboy's so drunk he ordered a beer at the bar and then just fell right off.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
And the horse is wandering around by himself.
yeah.
What about I was talking with my brother earlier. He initially was the one that got me into you guys' music, and particularly when we came to see you at Uncle Ike's that time. He's like, this is one of my favorite drummers, and he had Jay Tigas playing.
Jay Tickets. Yeah, he was with us for 18 years.
18 years. Really?
18 years,
Okay. Yeah, he's a phenomenal drummer. I haven't seen him in years, but we were talking about, like, he said that you guys sort of had like a sort of a Spinal Tap esque revolving drummer thing going on for over the years.
Earlier on, we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
How many drummers were there?
we
I've
used to
settled
joke.
down with him, but yeah, there was 36.
36 drummers. Some didn't
Wow, I
last.
did not expect
Some
that.
didn't last a night.
Yeah.
We had a drummer that came down from Minneapolis,
that we
a
got through
union
the
guy.
union.
Yeah, got through the union. Said he could play. He got down there. He was in an old pickup truck. It broke down in front of the bar in East Dubuque, and he got in, sit up, and play. And I could have played drums better than that.
Really?
We had to pay him for 2 nights because
Oh,
we
that
hired him
sucks.
for 2 nights.
Union guy,
Really?
yeah. You
Yeah,
got to.
and it was a scam of his.
But we fired him anyhow and
Yeah.
just paid him the 2 nights. It was
You guys
worth
had
it.
a history of abusing drummers. I mean,
Yeah.
look at what the drummers thought.
Well, yeah. It's
When
in-
they heard Mississippi Band. Oh,
What'd you do with the guy that didn't? I mean, you said you fired him. Did you let him play the 2 shows? Or?
he couldn't play. He
So
was,
what did he say? Like,
Well, we played about, 1 set with him, didn't we?
Yeah, and told him to hit the road.
And we had other guys around that played with us that sat in for the rest of the night and the other night.
so he did attempt to play with you guys. It wasn't like he got there and be like, "Ha ha, I can't play," but you
No,
hired me. So,
he set his drums up.
oh wow.
Yeah, attempting to play was
Not
beyond
to
him.
mention, a prelude to what's happening now is sometimes we didn't play with the drummer on that particular night.
Yeah.
A light bulb went off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. So you guys, you haven't played with a drummer in a while then.
Well, Tim Conley's our regular
Yeah,
drummer,
we still
and
play.
we do open mic at the Lift every other Wednesday
Oh,
with Tim. And
that's right.
whenever
Yeah,
we have
I knew
electric
that.
gigs, Tim plays with us.
He's phenomenal.
He's
Love that
the
guy. Mm-hmm.
monster on the drums.
technically, these guys have 3 bands. They've got the duo,
Yeah.
and they've got the trio,
hmm
and the Mississippi Band.
Do you play with Tim too? Like
No,
with you're just in the trio.
I'm just with the trio. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are
We
you
have-
in-
We have
what's that?
Blue Mississippi too with Bob Dorr and Jeff Peterson from Bob Dorr and the Blue
Oh
Band.
wow. Okay. Cool.
We do 3 or 4 gigs a year,
Okay.
and when they're available and when we are.
Was this ensemble the most active one? Would you
This
say?
one is now, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's what we're pushing the most.
Yeah.
This is what our next CD will be,
Okay.
what
Cool.
we're doing here.
Have you started working on that or?
I've been working on it for 4 years, ever since Dale came in the band.
Any tentative dates or
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, not for recording anyway. You know.
no? I mean, I meant release, but you haven't even started recording.
No,
really?
we haven't started that yet.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you two are active. What about you, Dale? Like you're in Mount Vernon, you said.
Yeah.
Do you
I'm in
play with
Mount
anybody
Vernon.
there too, or?
I do.
Yeah?
Tomorrow night I'm playing with Robert One Man Johnson, who's pretty well known, and I play with a group, two groups out of Iowa City, Red Rock Hill and Supro Quattro.
Okay.
That's
Red Rock
with
Hill
the-
sounds
with
familiar.
And then I used
Dustin
to play
Bush he
with-
plays with. He's an
Yeah.
incredible player.
Who's that?
Dustin
Dustin
Bush,
Bush.
yeah.
Okay.
And I used to play with the 100s, who are still pretty popular down there.
They're based out of Iowa City too. Or?
Out of actually Cedar Rapids, Mount Vernon area.
Okay.
So I stay busy, yeah.
Okay, so in terms of playing live, over the years, Mississippi bands played all over the tri-state area, Midwest, right?
Yeah.
Have you done many full tours, U.S. tours, or even global?
Not country-wise, no. Just say from Minneapolis to Peoria to.
Yeah, just regional.
Yeah, is it something that
Just
you never
stayed
really
alive by
desired?
doing the region.
It was a good time for the 7 years we were out doing that. We had
Global, we went to Wisconsin.
yeah.
That's
It's like another
Seems like
country
another
over
world.
there.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Well, we got to look in '81 from Adco Records. They had our name on a list, so to speak. That's what Steve Sesterhan told us after the album we did.
okay.
But we're just another name on a list and that thing. And,
Right.
List.
Yeah, that could mean anything, really.
Yeah,
Well, how are you, with your music technologically, like on like the internet level? Do you have anything out there that people that are listening to this might be able to go and check out, or?
yeah. I have a Facebook page. It's called Dave's Lyrics.
Oh,
But I
okay.
put all the stuff that I write on there and things we did in the past, and then I put up live stuff that the three of us have
Okay.
done. I've
Do we have
some
a
YouTube
website?
stuff.
YouTube stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Then there's the website Miss Bands, MISSBANDS.
Okay.
And
That we've yet to learn how to really navigate, but
That's new out there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can find you can find that on Facebook for sure. you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facebook and like anything like a SoundCloud or anything like that.
I have stuff on SoundCloud and on Reverb Nation
Oh, okay,
that I've
cool.
done. Original stuff. Some I recorded live at a studio in Dubuque.
Mm-hmm.
A guy named Jim Klein has a nice little basement studio that's good for acoustic things.
Yeah.
I've got some like that.
As far as this show and guests that we've had here at DAAC, like I was saying earlier, like you're probably one of the only bands in town, that have played, like at least has a reputation of writing good, solid, original music, and you've been doing it for, like I said, several decades, and you come with sort of this legacy behind you. And what I mean by that is that, like, when Mississippi Band is playing, people pay attention, people get excited about it. Can any of you comment on, like, I guess the staying power of the Mississippi Band over the years?
I would almost say singers. Bands with pretty good singers tend to do better. We also have really good instrumentation and everything, but
Yeah.
some people like certain singers and everything like that. That's how they follow bands. And
Yeah.
if the singers, sometimes if they're pretty good, you go a little farther out and start playing out and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I don't know. I think that's what's carried the band a lot, and choice of material, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of it's been material that a lot of other people didn't do.
Yeah, we didn't do a lot of top 40.
No, that's true.
In the heyday, we did more album stuff and original stuff. And
Right, and I guess
know.
that's why, like you said earlier, Dubuque, there's an interest there that's always sort of been top 40. But a band like you guys, that's been around for so long, that everybody, most people that I know, still, have nothing but positive things to say about. Like in a town where, like, the cover band or the top 40 is so embraced, I was just wondering if you had anything to comment on that.
I think one thing that really carries the Mississippi Band is Dave's knowledge of so many songs.
Oh, yeah.
And his ability to kind of read the audience.
Okay.
And he and Cricket both, can kind of know, do you want to get into blues, or should we do a couple of Johnny Cash?
Still, they're knowing all the words to all those songs.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, you become a good mumbler after a certain
Yeah.
period of time, and
That's a lot of words.
I always say if you know a verse and you know a chorus, and somebody wants to hear the song, then you do the song.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they won't know the verses too much anyway. They'll know the hook.
Right.
And it's and we're known. Somebody will come up and request an original song of ours, and inevitably it'll be Sideways Down the Road, which is a novelty tune at best. But
Okay.
it's one we've been known for. True story about the way things were on the road when we were really out on the road a lot.
Okay.
Sideways down the road, look out, telephone pole. Yeah, it was. You can write all the songs in the world, and sometimes that one novelty song is the one people remember, which is okay as long as they remember something.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
true. Is there anything that you can say or comment on with regard to the music and art scene in Dubuque these days? Particularly, I guess, the work DAAC is doing, and anybody else in town that whose work you're impressed by, and you're glad that they're still doing things of that nature, I guess.
Yeah. This is the first I've heard of your thing here, so,
Okay.
I like what this is, and it's good to see Dean doing what he's done best all these years.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the music he does, which is great too.
Absolutely. Bit of a clown, but
Well, your medicine band thing is really good. Really, the things you do out at the mines is, I like your flutes. I guess that's what you call them. Yeah, really good stuff.
yeah, definitely fantastic. Anybody else in town band-wise that you?
Yeah, I don't go
You guys
out and
play
see
with
a whole lot of bands.
We opened a number of times for biker things with Johnny Trash, and I thought their group was great.
I always enjoyed them.
They're a cover band, right?
Yeah, but really big energy, AC/DC type of stuff, and all
Sure.
that. Really good
I like their
energy.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and who else in Dubuque these days? Dean Mattoon is a good guitar player, plays with us now and then. John Moran, who plays with us.
Oh yeah, those. Are
Great
both
guitar
talented
players.
guys.
And Dean's wife, Gretchen, is.
I haven't seen Dean in quite a while. I'm glad that he's still.
Yeah, he sets in with us quite a bit.
Okay, cool.
Took my place when I was on the disabled list the last couple of months. So
Okay.
He came in and played. Great
What
guitar.
happened there?
I had a couple of heart attacks
Oh,
in September. Yeah,
jeez.
2 in a row.
Well, I hope you're okay now.
I'm okay. I got my last checkup today, and everything was. My numbers are good, and my cholesterol's down. My HDL numbers are down. So.
Good to hear.
We keep
You look great too.
I have a pacemaker right here, and the first time back, Dale had suggested get a knob to put up there for tempo, because I've been known to speed up things. So Uncle Ike's made this patch with a knob that went to 11. And on the bottom it said tempo. And so the first gig back out at Wabic FB and Company, we put on, I was playing, and Dale reached over and turned the knob up, and we were back up again. It was great.
Great.
It was
He had
great.
to be there.
Yeah.
Okay, but anything else in the scene that you'd want to comment on?
Looking at it objectively from, not having been in Dubuque that much,
Right.
I'd really like to see more acoustic lounges kind of open up and,
Yeah. Listening rooms.
Yeah, listening rooms.
Sure, yeah.
Where there's another area for people to socialize and a serious area for people to sit and listen.
Yeah,
Like a
that'd be
coffee shop sort of atmosphere?
Yeah,
almost?
with
Okay.
alcohol.
Well, they have a handful of places like that, don't they?
Yeah, there are. Monks, Jitters.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not sure if Jitters is really set up to have anybody play live, but there's a handful, yeah. But yeah, you're right. I mean,
Because
always use
those
more.
are the kind of places that evolve into places that will hire bands like this trio.
And pay enough to
And pay
make it
enough
worth
to
it.
make
you know.
worthwhile.
That's the toughest
There's
thing.
a lot of gigs up here that
I'm
I
sure.
just can't
Yeah.
come up for.
Yeah, can't have them come up for $50-$60 from
Yeah,
Mount Vernon.
that makes sense.
But it's just a struggle to keep working that way and make whatever you can make.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, you're saying to the younger bands in the town that in Dubuque or anywhere is that it never really gets easy.
Not as far as
Essentially?
yeah, as far as the business end, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
It's definitely a passion. That's what drives you to do
Yeah,
music.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's always people out there that want to play their stuff and play other stuff, and all people still want to hear music.
Mhm.
This town does have a lot of music going
Absolutely.
all the time.
It's true. A lot of venues, a lot of music.
Yeah, I think it does. During the summer, it's just nutty,
Yeah.
back to back.
hmm I guess I already asked you about your presence online. Anything that you might have forgotten that you guys appear on online that you might want to sneak in before we?
No,
No, it's kind of in development.
Mhm.
yeah.
We need to, and hoping that actually this recording will be available. to put online.
Okay. Sounds good. Well,
It
look
takes
for
us
it.
a while. We're like ants.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to be in a hurry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Mississippi String Band, thank you guys so much for being here and for coming and doing the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rick,
Thanks for
for
having
getting
us.
hold of us.